If you have close to 3 lakh rupees and you want an ADV that can do almost everything, then the Royal Enfield Himalayan makes a very strong case for itself. But there is one more motorcycle that is capable off-road and looks quite good too.
So the second motorcycle we have here is the Triumph Scrambler 400X.
We've been riding both these motorcycles on a variety of surfaces, and we are here to tell you exactly what we like and dislike about each of them. One look at the Himalayan and you know that there is a little bit of familiarity from the previous motorcycle, but this is all new and the design is proper ADV. There is nothing that is not needed on this bike, and by giving it gold wheels, RE have grabbed a lot of attention, including mine. What about you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've not seen gold wheels on a motorcycle in this segment for a really long time, so this color scheme kills it for sure.
And what about your Triumph?
So the Scrambler is a pretty beautiful motorcycle in my opinion, and it's one of the only Scramblers that you get in this segment. With the introduction of this Scrambler, we hope to see many more Scramblers coming into this segment to beat this. But for now, this is a completely different motorcycle compared to that. That's an ADV, full-blown ADV, and this is a Scrambler.
So in terms of styling, we are torn because as a Scrambler, I love that one. As an ADV, I like this one. So which one do you prefer? Let us know in the comments. Azman, what do you have to say about the instrument cluster on that Triumph?
So this is the same instrument cluster that we get on the Speed 400, and it's a pretty classic unit like Triumphs have always had. So you get an analog speedometer with some small information on the side in the digital part. What I like about it is simple, to the point. There's no extra stuff, and I'm the kind of rider who doesn't really need more. So this is kind of perfect for me. What do you think about the one on the Himalayan?
First of all, I want to agree with you. I also like the old retro approach. But then when I was riding this motorcycle in Manali, the TFT screen over there, it splits halfway and you can see a map on it. And that was extremely useful, particularly for touring riders. So I think in terms of instrument console, old school and old new.
Now in terms of ergonomics, this is quite a comfortable motorcycle. It also has a really comfortable seat. Although I'm a short rider at around 5'7", and this is quite a tall motorcycle with a seat height of 835 millimeters. Apart from that, the handlebars are really wide, so you get good leverage, and the foot pegs are placed in a neutral position slightly towards the rear compared to the Himalayan.
In spite of being a larger motorcycle overall, it is interesting to note that this seat height is 10 mm lower than the Scrambler. So Azman will be easily as comfortable as I am on this motorcycle. The foot peg position is neutral, as is the approach on the tank, and the reach to the handlebars also leaves you fatigue-free throughout. And I've been riding this motorcycles on trails, highways, city, and it's a comfortable position to be in. What we're going to do now is compare engine specs. Azman, is your Triumph engine liquid cooled?
Yes.
Is it DOHC?
Yes.
Is it a single cylinder? But obviously.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about displacement. I have 452 cc.
I have 398.15 cc.
All right. My motorcycle makes 40 horsepower.
This makes 40 horsepower as well.
So in spite of being a smaller engine, they are on par there. Let's talk about torque. How much?
37.5 Nm.
Yes, I have a little more. 40 Newton meters on this one. Now, gearbox. How many gears in yours?
This is a 6-speed gearbox.
The previous Himalayan had only 5, but Royal Enfield have put the 6th one, so this is also a 6-speed transmission. Now that we know everything we need to know about the engine, let's talk about suspension. What is the componentry on your bike?
So this has endurance upside down forks at the front and an endurance monoshock unit at the rear. What do you get on yours?
Royal Enfield have hit this one out of the park because for the new Himalayan, they have Showa suspension units, an upside down fork at the front and a monoshock with linkage at the rear. And that is one of the reasons why this motorcycle has excellent ride quality. How is the ride quality on that one?
So I'd like to start by saying that this suspension setup does a pretty good job, but at the end of the day, this is a full-blown ADV and this is surely going to do a better job off-road with that suspension setup.
What about brakes?
Brakes. So after riding both motorcycles, you do feel that this one has slightly better bite, but the braking is on par in terms of performance. Both of them have good calibration in their terms of ABS as well.
And I agree with them because these brakes are a significant improvement over the motorcycle it replaces. But if I had to pick between the two, that one is a little bit sharper.
Now if we talk about the ride quality and handling of both these motorcycles, let me start off with the Scrambler 400X. So in the city, this is a really nice motorcycle to ride. Now compared to the Speed 400, this has slightly different sprocketing, so it's made it a more lively motorcycle, especially in the low range RPMs. So you have a lot of power to, quickly get overtakes done and all that kind of stuff. Apart from that, what I really appreciate about this motorcycle is how light it feels once it's on the go. It is 10 kg lighter than the Himalayan. The only thing I could have hoped for is a slightly shorter seat height, because this is a really tall seat height and that does become a slight problem in stop-go traffic. Josh, what do you think about the Himalayan in the city?
Actually, when you were talking, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about it all the way here as well. There is very little to differentiate between them in the city. Of course, being 10 kilos lighter, that is easier to manage, and the riding position adds to the fun as well. But like you said, if it was a little lower to the ground, would have been more accessible for a larger range of people. But it's not that this is difficult to handle in the city, but if you're just talking about ease, that is just a little bit easier in town. But then to reach here, we had to spend almost 50-60 kilometers on the highway. And there, in this motorcycle where I'm sitting more in the bike than that one, I have lots of wind protection as well. And I was comfortable, zero pain whatsoever. What was your experience on the Scrambler?
So the only thing you're going to miss out here is some wind protection. But apart from that, what I really like is how it's able to hold speed. You can easily cruise at around 120. It's going to feel stable, planted, and at the same time, when you also want to explore a few ghats with this motorcycle, it is surely fun, in my opinion.
Now, when the road ends, both these motorcycles are machines that are designed to go off-road, but then the Himalayan is a full-blown ADV. It is specialized, whereas that one is more of a dual-purpose machine, you'd say, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say you can take this off-road, but not too much. And this is a motorcycle that will spend its time not extremely hard off-roading. You can say take it for some short trail rides, but this will kill it in some extremely difficult conditions.
Yeah, I mean, to put it simply, I would say that you need more skill to ride that bike at a certain speed off-road, whereas at the same speed, the Himalayan is not as demanding. Now we've come to the important bit. Azman, if I gave you 3 lakh rupees, and this is ex-showroom pricing, okay? If I gave you 3 lakh rupees and asked you to pick between these two, which one would you buy?
Now, that's a very tough question, because both of these are super desirable motorcycles at the end of the day. But I like to spend my time on road more than off-road. I'm just that type of a rider. So I think I would go with the Scrambler, just because of the fact that I don't need a full-blown ADV at this point. But I'm sure you love going off-road on weekends, and I'm sure that you'd probably pick this one, right?
I agree with you. It's a tough choice, primarily because that bike is so much fun on the road and on broken roads and all that. But I'm a rider who likes to ride for long distances and even longer distances off-road. And for that, for my height, my riding ability and all that, I find myself most comfortable on the Himalayan. So my money would be on this one.
So at the end of the day, what I'd like to say is both these motorcycles are super desirable. They're super capable machines, but they both are going to appeal to a different kind of a rider.
So if you need something that is fun in the street and capable off-road, the Scrambler is the one for you. And if you need a motorcycle to cruise long distances and use almost everywhere, then look at the Himalayan.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video.
And as always, show your support by liking, sharing and subscribing.
If you also have any more questions, do leave them in the comment section below.
And we will get back to you as promptly as possible.
Until next time.